Well, this is different. This is St Leonard's Church at a village called Old Langho, which is near Blackburn, Lancashire. And I'm sleeping here for 2 nights. And it's run by the Church's Conservation Trust, and they actually rent out, you know, like accommodation. You know, you can rent like a B&B, only it's not. And it's called camping, which means camping in churches. So you do camping in churches, like glamping, but in a church. So I've slept here last night. I arrived yesterday. I slept here last night. Now it's not used as a place of worship anymore, obviously, but it is still like consecrated ground, and of course so is the churchyard, and there's the front of the churchyard, which is near the road. Where are we? I don't know if you can see it, that's my car. Yeah, behind that tree. I did think about bringing the Ural, but of course the Ural has got a broken ECU, so I can't use it. Hopefully I'll get in another one on Friday, because I'm leaving here on Thursday. So we're staying here today. Today's Wednesday. So this is the churchyard. Some are new graves, some are old. It's not a very big church, but it wouldn't be for a village, I suppose. 15, it's on the plaque on the front, we'll double check later. 1557 it was built. It's not that old, but old enough. And it was restored in the 19th century at some point, and of course it's been restored a bit more later. We'll have a look inside in a minute. We'll just have a walk around here. So that's the road. Just beyond these hedges is like the village, Old Langho. New Langho is a bit down the road, about a mile or so to the south. And we're looking, you're looking north at the moment. It's a beautiful day. It's hardly a cloud. I wouldn't be surprised. I think it's sunnier and warmer here than it is back home in Boston. Wouldn't surprise me. But yeah. So I had a quick walk around yesterday, but didn't take too long at it. So I'm doing a bit of a longer walk around today. Here we've got some remains. Some of these are very old. I was going to say it's quite peaceful here, but there's quite a bit of traffic around. I don't know if you can hear it. Oh, I know there's somebody over there tending a grave, which is, can see some of the graves are new, but these are old ones, these ones here. It's like in the Boston cemetery, like this one here. I mean, I can't read that. Can't hardly read that at all. It's like some of the headstones in the Boston cemetery where the weather has literally washed away the writing, and you don't even know who it is. And it's quite sobering, that is. You know, there's people. I mean, some of these somebody's left some flowers here on this one, and there as well. I don't know if you can see. There's a couple of new headstones there. Quite a few have got flowers on them. But it's going to come a day where nobody comes anymore to leave any flowers, because they're dead as well, and nobody remembers who these people even are. All very sad in that, but that's how it goes, unfortunately. This is the northeast end of you can see beyond them 2 trees and that. I'm going to look at the back of it in a minute. And there's one little gravestone all by itself over here. I don't know why. They all face this way. They all face east. I'll say that again. They all face east. I just slapped the microphone by mistake. Because of course, when the Day of Judgment, you sit up in your grave and you're facing the right direction for whatever it is. That's the idea anyway. These are all new ones. At the back of here, there is a, what do they call it? The Witch Gate or something. We'll have a look in a minute. I imagine it's like when when the hearse arrives, and that's where they come in. I imagine. So now we're facing south. I think it's only a soft breeze, quite warm actually, very pleasant. It's very nice, yeah. There's a bench here, commemorated to someone, John Hacking. A little plate there, I don't see it. John Hacking, Potterford Farm, 12th of the 7th, 1942, something, 10th, 2009. At the Boston Cemetery, there's a garden, Remembrance Garden, and quite big, and it's all full of exotic trees, all with the like weird coloured leaves and stuff and whatever, and they are commemorations to people. I think it's usually couples, it's usually an husband and wife. I think in one instance it's and then their sister was joined as well, whatever. So there are 2 or 3 people usually, and these amazing exotic, oh look, there's a little grave here. Oh Lord, 7 years old, 1964. That's no it's no age at all, is it? I'll just have a quick walk around here, see if we can find this Witch Gate. So there in front of us, that's the track or the roadway. Comes in off the road over there, and it comes up here like this, and then there we go. And there's a thing here where you can, it's a bit of an island where you can turn round. People come here and park, and they walk their dogs over the back here, whatever. Anyway, here's the thing. I think it's called a Witch Gate or whatever, but that's the thing, I imagine, where your carriages or whatever, your hearse comes and stops here, and then you bear the coffin in through here, and blah blah blah. So we'll have a walk down here. So this is the back of the graveyard. There's a hedge separating this and the graveyard proper. So we've got all this space. It's a big rectangular space. A few little trees in it. Yeah. And this thing right in front. This thing right in front, monument, it says Brook Hall Hospital. I thought it was I don't know, I thought it was, hang on, let's see what it says. I thought it was an isolated institution located at the northeast of this stone. There lived from 1904 to 1902 a large number of people who were thought to be too strange, too difficult or too challenging to be cared for in their own communities. The institution in turn was called Lancashire Inebrities Reformatory, 1904, Brook Hall Hospital for Mental Defectives, 1915, Brook Hall Hospital for the Mentally Subnormal, 1939, Brook Hall Hospital for Mentally Handicapped People, 1974. You notice how the political correctness starts increasing as time goes by. And Brook Hall Hospital for People with Learning Disabilities, 1991. Yes, definitely. Although those who lived there carried heavier burdens than most, they were part of our common family. Oh, there, and I was thinking it was a war memorial, but it isn't. Oh, there you are, you see. Yeah, there's loads of them. I presume the numbers refer to their ages, I don't know. Well, there you go. Yeah. And we've got, as I say, we've got more over here. John Leach, 20th May 1933 to 24th December 2003. And I was thinking yesterday when I was having a quick look around here, and I remembered something. I remember something, and then I didn't remember as a case. 1984, my grandfather died. That was my mother's father. It was a lovely June day. It was like this. Sun was out, not cold, but not hot, you know. And that was quite emotional because for me, because of riding in the funeral car, which follows the hearse. I was looking out the window at the scenery going by, you know, and noticing how green the grass is and how blue the sky is and the colours of the flowers and the shadows and all the rest. Like you see all this dappled sunlight on the leaves and all that sort of stuff, you know. And I remembered something that I remember when I was very small, maybe I'll be about 3 or 3.5 years old or something, going out into the garden, and for the first time noticing that kind of stuff, noticing the colours and how green the grass is and how blue the sky is and the beauty of everything or whatever. And of course I'd forgotten. When I grew up I forgot. But I remembered when I was sitting in the car following the hearse, and I made a promise that day. I don't mean like a bit later when I thought about it. While I'm sitting there in the car, I made a promise never to forget that it's a privilege to be alive and to be able to see this stuff, be able to see stuff and experience things. Because there's loads of people here who can't do it no more because they're buried. You know, it's a cliche, you know, but as far as anybody knows, we only get one shot at being alive on this planet, and you've got to, you know, you've got to make the most of it. So if there's something that you want to do it, for God's sake, you know. If you're in a job that you hate, get out, go do something else that you'd rather be doing instead, you know. Don't think, well, maybe, you know, one day no, just do it, because you don't know what's in the future, you know. Like my uncle a couple of years ago, who went to his doctor with what you call digestion problems, and they eventually figured out what it was, and they said, sorry, you got incurable cancer, you've got 4 months left. Oh, okay. You know, it happens. Look at this thing. It's amazing statue. Joanne Eddy, 11th 5th 1980, 4th 11th 2003, whoever she was. But I wonder what this cost. And here's this funny little hut thing. I'm amused by the fact that it's got an alarm box on the outside of the wall, but the thing's obviously trashed, you know, there's no glass in the windows and the doors all bashed in and so on. Oh, we are, like little memorial things, urns. So presumably these have been cremated, have they? Or I don't know, there's quite a row of these. Yeah. And that over there, I don't know if you can see these roofs. It seems to be well, it's not a holiday camp. or it is or it isn't. It seems to be one of these like holiday chalet type village camp type things. Whether people are living there or what, because you can do that. When I was moved to Boston, I was looking at briefly. I was looking at getting one of these like holiday chalet places. You can live in them. There's timber. I don't know if you can see that. These timber sort of chalet type things. Orchard Park it was called, and it's near Hubbard's Bridge, near Boston, and it's you can live there, but there are conditions, because if you stay in there all the time, then it's a permanent residence, and so different rules apply and whatever. If you only stay there for 11 months, and then for 1 month you naff off somewhere else for a month, whatever, then you can say, well, it's not a permanent residence, so it's a holiday residence or second home type of thing. And you can live in it. So you can live in it for 11 months, and then for 1 month you've got to, I don't know, do you go touring for a month? Or, I mean, it's big expensive in hotels, wasn't it? You've got all these trees and stuff. There's the Witchgate thing over there. As I say, people do wander in and out here. People walk their dogs and blah de blah. Right, this is the pathway to the disturbing. I haven't been round here yet. Blossom Whip. WHIPP. What a wonderful name. Oh, 55 years old. That's no age to be popping off, is it, really? So I was thinking yesterday, it's not fair, especially with like kids' graves, hardly been living 5 minutes like, and it's no good, is it? Oh, look at this. Huh. It's like a little scarecrow doll. Pat Joseph Caesar, 74. Yeah, this one is all very neat and everything. I love the lamp. I don't know if you can hear music in the distance. It's the pub next door. There's a pub over Rami, so that way. There's a pub just over the way there. Very nice pub, the Black Bull. The Black Bull Old Langho. Very good food. I had a very nice seafood linguine last night. A couple of beers and a soup starter and sticky toffee pudding to finish. And I kind of wished I hadn't, because it kept me awake half the night. Digesting it. Anyway, I'm alright today. Which reminds me, it's gone 12 o'clock now. I'm gonna have I've got a picnic thing with me. In this church, you can't do any cooking. You can't have any naked flames, no candles, stoves, anything like that. There is electricity supply, and that's all. There's not a water supply, it's bottled water. I brought some water with me as well, but there's a chemical toilet and that kind of thing. And so if you do bring, well, as I say, I mean, my evening meals, I've booked tables at the pub next door. But if you're going to, don't know if you can hear, but the wind's a bit blowing a bit. I brought some sandwiches and a couple of apples and that. I'll get them out in a minute and eat them. Go find a park bench. Have a picnic for lunch. And I'll get my main meal tonight. All right, so here we go. This is the east end of the church. Let's go in the front door and you'll see what it's like inside. It's basically a big empty space, pretty much. You know, churches usually are. Big empty space full of pews and things. I've got my keys. Oh, hang on. Right, this is the archway thing. I came out here. I had to go back to the car to get my sleeping bag because the camp bed, they give you camp beds, they don't give you anything else because of the COVID-19 regulations. You can't have soft furnishings and stuff, so I brought a sleeping bag and stuff. Basically, you bring your camping gear but without a stove or a tent, basically. So, but I went out, I had to go out of the car because I didn't bring it in. Get me sleeping mat because the bunk bed is quite hard. That was 1:30 last night. That was right. Here we go. Oh, hang on. I need 2 hands. Oh. Right. Alright, here we go. Can't get the key out. Right. That's inside of the door. Quite amazing, but there is, I don't know if you can see that, it's all very dark in here, and don't know if that will help, not much. Here's all the pews and they face that way. And we're going up towards the altar. And there's a bit of a chest here and a couple of camping chairs have been set out. There's no stained glass, it's presumably all missing. Although there's supposed to be a bit up there, the top of that window, there's a few little bits of original stained glass. It's not much to look at, but generally the glass in here tends to be like frosted glass. I presume it was put in fairly recently. And that's the eastern end. And that thing in the middle is the font. I tried lifting the lid. I can't lift the lid off it. It's extremely heavy. And we've got a bit of a table here of, you know, your welcome stuff and whatever. And this is where I'm camped. So we've got 2 camp beds. So this one's got all my kit dumped on it, not tidily, but it never is. And this is the one I'm sleeping on. So there's my OEX, whatever it is, sleeping bag, and me, what is it, Egyptian cotton and silk liner. Very nice, very cosy, and a serape thing just to chuck over the top if I have to. I've got the other sleeping bag with me, the Dream Catcher, which is really good if I needed it. But this works fine, this is fine. And that's my towel hanging over, and this various bags of stuff or whatever. And this thing here, this is the Vestry, which I think means this is where the priest puts on his clobber, the priest's private chamber, where he gets dressed up and that before he comes out and does the service. And in here is where the it's a bit of a storeroom actually. There's all kinds of things in here. So we've got a dustbin. That's my my camping bowl, my fold-up collapsible bowl. I was outside earlier washing my face and hands and things, and brushing my teeth out in the grass using that. because I say there's no sinks, there's no running water, you know, whatever. So you've got to. That's my 10 litre water carrier that I brought just in case, which I'm probably going to use. So here we go. So you've got your kettle, and there's mugs and plastic wine glasses even and stuff. And this is my camping kit. I've got some dehydrated meals if I need them, you know, first aid kit, coffee, you know, sugar, milk in a thermos flask, keep it cool. And that's the window of the vestry, and here is another little antechamber, and it's in here where the loo is. Now let's go and open the door. So this is the back door. There you go. So that's the back door like that, and then in here, and then there's your chemical toilet and blah blah blah. This interesting thing, this here seems to be I love that crack in the brickwork. That's quite amazing. This is obviously a stove. It's not been used for a long time. It's just a heap of rust at the minute. But this is obviously I don't know, heating water. I don't know, or whatever was up there. I don't know. But yeah, it's all quite cosy, really, in a sort of a medieval sort of way. They do warn you, you've got to be careful with these steps and things. So I'm going to go down a step here. Let's have a quick look at the roof, because it's worth looking at the roof. There they are. So you've got these massive beams going across. The camera's not really doing them. They are quite big. The camera's not really doing them justice. You know, yeah. Looks like nothing on the screen, but if you get up, I mean, we're talking about something that's like a foot thick, you know. And the doors are extraordinary. You talk about hardwood doors. I wish I had doors like this at home. I mean, the wood these doors are made of is almost as hard as metal and heavy. Extraordinary things, like this one here. This door here, this is, you know, it's like, you know, that's 3 inches thick, or 2.5 inches, is it? Oh, 2 inches thick, at least. And you swing it, it's got a lot of weight to it, and it's, you know, it's hard as iron. Extraordinary. You can't get wood like that anymore, you know, because all the trees have disappeared, you know. I don't know what it's oak or elm or what, I don't know, but you know. But anyway, there you go. Let's see if we can get a view of the back of it. There's the people over there, they're weeding their grave. We won't disturb them. I don't know if you can get, try and keep the sun off it. That's the back of the church. That's this massive tree growing up on the left here. Oh, that's me hand here. Yeah. St Leonard's Church at Old Langho. And for like 40 something pound a night, you too can sleep here if you want. Okay, that's enough of that, I think. That's the view out the back, and there's little paths out the back and whatever. As I say, people walk their dogs and things. So, okay. We'll leave it there then.